So welcome to slide 2. I just want to let you know the painting on this slide is a painting of a bull dance of Mandan peoples of North America. Note that the figures at the center front of the painting are wearing buffalo headdresses and skins. I just wanted to identify the painting for you before we dig into this slide. So, we're going to chat about how theater originated. And on this slide, we're going to dig into the most widely accepted theory of theater origin, which is the theory of ritual, or that theater originated out of ritual and myth. Okay, picture this. A society begins to develop. We're talking really ancient here, ancient society. The people become aware that certain forces appear to influence or control their food supply and their well-being, like the weather, for example. But they have little understanding of science, of natural causes, because they're an ancient people. So they start to attribute both desirable and undesirable occurrences to supernatural or magical forces, and they, of course, search for ways to win favor with these forces, as would anyone, right? And they start to notice perceived connections between certain actions performed by their group and the results that they want. For example, they noticed that at one point, one day before they went out on their buffalo hunt, they were doing a bit of a dance. And then they went out on their hunt and they had an amazing hunt. And so they decide to repeat and refine and formalize the action of that dance, which then becomes a ritual. Then stories come about because people use these stories to explain and idealize the ritual. And these stories grow up around the ritual, and so they end up coming hand in hand. So stories of that big hunt and how amazing it was come hand in hand with the ritual itself. And there's usually performative elements involved in these rituals and in the telling of these myths or stories, and thus theater is born. Eventually, the myths may come to be acted out under conditions divorced from the ritualistic concerns. In other words, eventually, the ritual of the dance before the hunt and the story that accompanies it might be performed without there being an upcoming hunt. It might just be performed because the people want to have it performed. And when this occurs, the first step towards autonomous theater has been taken, because it's just performance for performance's sake. And so we find that much that is found in ritual is also present in theater. In ritual, there needs to be actors, those people who are enacting the stories or the rites of the ritual, and there needs to be those who exercise control over the performance, directors, if you will, which was in these ancient times usually elders or priests. And there's a performing area and a viewing area. So this is, again, the most popular, widely accepted theory of theater origin, the theory of ritual origin. But there are other theories of origin, and we'll get into those on the next slide. See you there.